Okay, so we get to talk about this little gem. I'm going to be honest, and it's probably going to get me banned. For his sake, this is probably about the safest way for things to go. Let me explain why. Years and years and years ago, when I was probably about knee-high to a grasshopper, there was an incident involving a gymnast and a man's daughter. This man retributively took his vengeance on this individual by basically blowing his head off in public. Okay. Like, in front of God and everybody else. If the state or federal government had tried to shuffle this under the rug and just say, oh, well, you know, he's here, you know, he's one of our protected groups, so we have to shuffle this and make a technicality reason as to why he can't be sentenced or whatever. I can guarantee you there would be people baying for blood. Like, I wear this shirt as like a symbolism of me bringing my own form of verbal vengeance online. You'd have people out there wearing this shirt for what it really means at that point. It would not be a good thing. I literally, like, there is an extreme that would push me to agree with that, but we're talking about apples and oranges here. You're talking about a single family, okay? I'm talking about a whole country at that point. Like, you've decimated half of the United States population in nuclear hellfire kind of thing. Now, that being said, you would be talking about a situation where the man himself and no one protecting him would be safe. Ever. Like, you would not physically be able to protect this person unless he's in jail. That's how heated and bad the situation surrounding Laken Riley and Jose Ibarra actually is. People want this guy dead. And I get it. Okay? I lived out in Bush, Alaska. I've seen a lot of really disturbing things and heard even more disturbing stories than I care to admit. And I get that, you know, that kind of street justice is wrong. But if justice is not carried out the right way, I can almost guarantee you it would have been met out the wrong way in this case. Absolutely. And whoever did it, they'd sit there and probably go to jail. It'd probably be someone who had already been sentenced to some sort of prison sentence, and they'd just sit there and shrug and say, yeah, add it to my tab at that point. That, like, you need to understand, when you come to our country and commit such vile misdeeds against people, that you cost someone their daughter. Oh, look, we got a fuzzy business. You need to understand that if the evidence is high enough and the situation is bad enough, the worst of our worst, when they get involved, these are the people who are already going to jail anyway. They know it and they don't care. They're gonna throw on their friggin' Captain America shirt or whatever, or, you know, Frank Castle t-shirt in some cases, and they're just gonna go take the law into their own hands, effectively. So for his sake, yeah, this is the best thing they could have done. Sentencing him to prison and putting him in jail is the best ending. It really is. Now that being said, I'm sure J.D. DeLay could probably attest to what most likely is going to happen to this guy in prison. Unless he's under some sort of, like, protective custody. he's probably not going to live long anyway. And I hate to, I mean, I really wish I could say I hate to say that out loud. But let's look at the facts here for a minute. He entered the country illegally. He S-word assaulted this woman. He R-worded her. And then he killed her. Buddy, strike one, you entered the country illegally. And there are gangs in prison who are going to look at you like you chopped liver just for that anyway. Strike two, you assaulted a woman. Every gang, including the ones that would ignore you for entering the country illegally, just ignore the fact that you did that, and would probably want you in their gang. They now want your blood because you committed a crime against a woman. You committed an even worse crime against a woman times two beyond that. So not only do you have the first strike on your record, you have like the three Grim Reapers on up your butt because you just did times three the thing that you should have never done while being in this country illegally. So if they intend to deport this, I'm not even going to call him poor. He gets what he gets at this point as far as I'm concerned. If they intend to deport him and not his corpse, they're going to need to put him in protective custody. Because at this point, there's going to be no such thing as a safe general population for this individual. It's not going to exist, and it's not going to matter what prison he goes to. He committed the crime of entering the country illegally. Again, some gangs will shrug that off. But crimes against women and crimes that involve you, Peter, he's done. He's done. This is over for him. And when he goes back to his own country, they might celebrate him as a hero very briefly, but I guarantee you there's a reckoning coming. So, I'm going to leave it there. I'll let y'all figure out what that means. To be honest, and if I'm telling the truth, this is an example of an illegal alien that we should not be deporting. We should be putting him in general population, and whoever takes his physical punishment out in the yard, in my opinions, sure, throw him in the hole for a couple months. But then give them the God treatment when they get out. That's my opinion. But I'll leave it right there. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button, ding that notification bell. I got live streams coming out later today. I do Pal World first thing in the morning, every morning. Some of them are pre-recorded episodes to kind of try to free up space for regular content during the day. We're trying to invest in getting a GoPro so we can do more outdoors content, some walking talks. Maybe I'll get a video of me doing some target shoot or something. You know, I love my archery, I love my guns, I love my fishing. Some fishing content would probably be boring as heck, but hey, I pride myself on being a boring person, and I enjoy my boring life. If you're living a boring life, you're living a pampered life, which means you're not in a third world country. And if you're bored and in a third world country, you're probably starving to death. Anyway, yeah. Smash the like button. I'm not going to dig into the situation legally or logistically. I'm not going to run down everything that was said in the courtroom. But there you have it.